Here we are. I
Good
forgot to put
morning.
it back in. It's been a morning, y'all. It's been a morning.
It almost is acting like a Monday, isn't it? Or is that just me?
No, kinda.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hello, everybody. Our friends over here on Instagram. For all of our new people, new friends, you get to ask us questions live about what earthbound spirits, negative energy. You think I'd have this memorized like on a pre-roll? Um, portals, fairies, the TV show The Ghost Whisperer. Since Mary Ann, the show was based on you, and you tried to keep them in line on what was correct.
Yeah, well, that didn't go very far.
And they said, we don't care. It's about ratings.
That's right. That's pretty much it. That's why her tatas were out every Wednesday.
Oh, let's see. I feel like, Miriam, we need to get you one of those little bodysuits or have Ted wear it and have him stand behind you and be like, there's the new sets of tatas.
Yeah, I know. We'll pass on those.
Hello, everybody. Running a few minutes late today. This time, my fault, like pretty much my fault. Running
Yeah,
in last minute. Um, let's see. We have so many good mornings. It's nice and sunny outside, but deceptively cold if you're just looking out the
right.
window here in Ohio.
Jackie, if you're listening, you need to make a phone call to me.
Oh, there we go. That
Oh,
looks
good.
good. uh, the whistling while twirling. You know what? I hear ya. You know, when it's always funny when doctors get all upset if you walk in a few minutes late. You get there early, they can't start on time, and then how dare they want to keep you a little bit later because they think you're having an allergic reaction to something. And they're like, I
Yeah.
gotta go. I gotta go.
Goodbye. I'm out of here.
That's right.
Right,
I've got an EpiPen. We'll be fine.
right, right, right.
Back from Savannah.
Oh, good for you. And thank you for the card, Renee. Really appreciated it.
Is Linda Wolf on this morning? Are you here, Linda? Um, because Linda, hello, new friend Nancy. Feel free to ask questions, hon. Um, if Linda's here, otherwise she'll see this when she comes on or watches this in a replay. And I apologize. It took forever to get this to you and to acknowledge. We were cleaning up some stuff in the back end of the store, and I found this lovely little envelope. And inside was this. It was a gift from Linda Wolf, who watches us. And but
Okay.
the
She sent
staff,
me one too.
she
Okay. Yeah.
the,
Not that, but another one. She's
the,
so
the
thoughtful.
she is. And I have yet to really go through it because I was finding it at the end of the day, clearing through some stuff, piles of mail and pile. And I'm like, y'all, I need you to keep everything in one spot for me. And I'm like, oh crap, that's
Yeah, that comes home with me, right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Um, so thank you, Linda. Whenever you get to watch this. Um, the time change didn't really hit for me, at least, that bad. Um,
People, and that's one of my pet peeves, people that get so out of sort with the time change. Okay, does everybody absolutely positively go to bed every night at 10 o'clock and wake up every morning at 7? Of course not. Sometimes you stay up till midnight. Does that mean that your whole week is off because you went to bed an hour later? Uh, I mean, I can barely get my head around time zones when you're on a plane. But this twice a year, I guess they're going to be real happy when they stop that because what? This is only for another year.
well, I was reading somewhere where it made it through one and then died in the other, so they're resubmitting it again.
Oh,
And some other legislators, other places, are only wanting it to pass if there's enough states in the general. My take by the end of it was it still wasn't absolutely for certain that it
okay.
was going to be permanent. I kind of hope it is, just because the chaos that goes around it, and it gets everybody flustered, when it's coming up.
They just make such a big deal out of nothing. That just doesn't make any sense to me. It's a stupid hour, you know.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Well, thank you, Joe. Listen to the podcast this morning. It was fantastic. I still need to put together my leprechaun catching kit.
Oh, everybody has to try to catch your leprechaun on Friday.
Right. Kathy asks, good morning. If your cat goes to the same spot in the house and looks at a ceiling and runs, are they seeing spirits?
Usually, if an animal looks at the ceiling, that is usually somebody that has crossed over. And the cat could just be a fraidy cat. And when they see or feel the energy, they just take off. But 9 times out of 10, it is somebody that crossed over. And before I forget, next Tuesday is the Law of Abundance. It peaks at 1:23 p.m. 1:23 p.m. on Tuesday the 21st. That's Eastern Standard Time. So, and we don't meet till Wednesday, so it'll be no sense in me saying anything next Wednesday. It'll be over. So
right. Yeah, Chris brings up a good point. Maybe it's getting hung up on because people don't want their kids going to school in the dark.
Yeah, I can understand that. But we all did it and we all lived. So what can I say?
Uphill in the snow, both ways.
Both ways, you got it.
I remember at Fort Meade, there was like a big snowstorm, blizzard, something, I don't know, 96, 97-ish. And I remember thinking, like, for this being a military base, they did crap for really taking care of the snow. So I had to walk to the high school. I didn't have my car yet, didn't have a driver's license. And we were literally walking in the road with the cars, through the housing over to get to Fort Meade. And I'm like, I bet you more than anything, if we were on the other side of the base where the military, more like buildings were, where the soldiers are going and where they might have to run PT, I'm like, I bet you those roads are cleared a little bit better.
Probably.
Probably,
right.
But we survived. It's not a bad deal. Let's see. Define's like, Maryland doesn't know how to deal with snow at all. You're right. You're right.
What surprised me? That New Mexico only has one snowplow. The whole state.
Well, they don't get snow that often.
Yeah, but we were there during the storm. Oh my God, you have no idea how to get out of the mountains in New Mexico when there's a snowstorm with an 18-wheeler honking on your back end as you're coming down the hill.
Oh my gosh. It's funny. Friend of mine, the whole family like moved to Arizona like years ago, and I always go visit with them, or try to, when I go down for the gym show. And he and his kids were up in the mountains, and like the amount of snow that were in these pictures, I'm like, you thought it was Ohio during a snowstorm. And to me, like, I haven't been up in the mountains in Arizona. I've always been down in that desert area. And so for me, like, to equate that amount of snow in the state of Arizona just doesn't compute. But
it's the same thing. Who thinks of snow in California?
Right.
It doesn't, it's like an oxymoron. It doesn't go together, except they have all those mountains there. So of course there's going to be snow.
Right. So Chris, remember a few weeks back, we were talking about the House of Wills. Christine she sent us some of her House of Wills pictures, and they did not get ready this morning due to the doctors, but I figure, Marianne, maybe we can show them next week.
Sure.
And Kathy had taken pictures of the, remember that granary building across from my old house, the big granary?
Yes.
She went out there and she's got before and after pictures of things that were showing up. So I thought maybe next week we could go over some pictures that people have sent in and just see if there's anything going on.
Sure.
But I fully intended to have some of those, Chris says yes, those pictures ready, but they kept me longer than I wanted. So
is this an every Wednesday get an allergy shot day, or just today?
No, it was just today. Going forward, it's probably going to be like Mondays and Fridays. Today, that first one, the doctor has to be in the building and she's not there on Mondays, and then it's got to be so many. Yeah. So I was like, well, that's fine, but I got to be out by. And they're like,
Right.
"I hear you clearing your throat. You need to be." I'm like, no, I don't. I'm fine. I'm fine. Like, I got things to do. So I was literally like coming in my front door at like, what was it? 57. So leaving just a few minutes to reset, send the link, and act like I've been here the whole time ready. Mary Ann, you will be at the store, what is it, April 15th.
Correct.
So
From 1 to 4, I will be there.
yeah, so bring your pictures. If you have, suspect ghost in, can ask Mary Ann if you have negative energy on you. Brooke's like, would have never known. I know, right? We're always a little bit fashionably late. This time it's solely me. Hey, Sandy. Hopefully here soon we'll have another WTF letter reading.
I actually got one this week.
Did you? Okay. So hopefully we'll have one of those coming up soon. Natalie asks if a Earthbound has ever thanked you for what you're able to do. Did they find it fascinating?
A lot of them are very, very surprised that I actually can see and talk to them, because they've heard that, standing around in somebody's kitchen, they heard the wife saying to the husband, well, I know this person that can talk to ghosts, and I'm sure they're rolling their eyes better than me. And so when I finally do show up and I can see them and I can talk to them, they're pretty surprised. And as soon as I say hi to some of them, they run out the front door. So it's like, gee, a ghost that's afraid of a human. Go figure. But it happens. It happens. And yes, when a lot of people that have been, earthbound, that was their choice. And they've been around for so long that when they can finally go into the light, a lot of them do say thank you. Absolutely.
Hey, good morning, City. So for those of you who don't know, we do have a podcast together. It's mostly Mary Ann doing the storytelling and working, called When Ghosts Speak, and it's available on everything, including Apple now. So you can go download it, listen to all the past episodes. This morning's episode had to do with catching a leprechaun in a metaphysical store, not my store.
No, it is not your store. Absolutely not. No.
So,
as a matter of fact, you weren't even a glint in your eye when this store was open. So
yes.
no. This was a long time ago. No.
Yeah. So if you come in this weekend, though, and if you see a box that has Acme written on the side, propped up on a stick, and some whiskey, we're trying to catch a leprechaun.
Irish whiskey, get it right.
True.
Irish whiskey, right.
I still wonder, like, what they were gonna do to get it out of the box.
You know what? I think they were trying to just do first things first. Let's catch them first, and then figure out how we're going to get them out of there. So
right. I see you, Chris. Chris is everywhere. I just see where Chris joined me on Instagram, and she's on Twitch, she's on YouTube, she's on Insta, she's everywhere. She's like our personal little hype train, her and Brooke being everywhere. I was picturing like the My Flat jewelry cabinets that are kind of like in that box shape, that she had it set up on top of a cabinet like that.
No, all of her showcases were glass all the way around. And they were as long, maybe 6 feet long and maybe 3 feet deep. And there were some shelves in there, but she had the stools set on the other side of that. And so you could sit there and talk to her. And that thing was sturdy. I mean, you could sit there and lean on that and talk, and it didn't hurt it. And it was wide. It was probably 3 feet wide. So she had, like I said, she had that box set up right there. And that's why when she's screaming, I caught him, that's why I went down to the floor to see if I could look through all the glass shelves to see what I could see under the shoebox.
Mm-hmm.
But I was thinking, there's a lot of boxes now that you can get. Now, this one's blue, but there's boxes like this that are shorter, that are clear. Maybe and again, this was 30, 35 years ago, so I don't even know if they made these things back then. Probably not. And but I would actually, if you're going to do it on Friday, try to find a clear thing. So if you catch them, at least you can see them or see the whiskey go down in the glass. Maybe he'll just get so frustrated or just finish the shot off.
Just sit there and be like, might as well wait till they pick the
That's right.
box up.
But again, now, is it something once they taste whiskey? Because a lot of them are drunks. Does that mean that they can't jump out of a dimension or into another one? Why didn't the leprechaun leave the box on his own? See, I've got more questions than answers. And
Yes.
nowadays, if we know now how much they like millet, they would probably come for millet more than whiskey.
Okay, I probably have some of that laying around.
Yeah.
See, like in my mind, I was picturing like those jewelry cabinets that I have and it just sitting. And I'm like, why didn't he just push the box to the side and, jump down or,
Right.
yeah.
Because it was pushing the box. I mean, that box was moving. I saw the box moving. It was definitely moving. And then it really went off when whatever that other one was that came and pushed it away. So I don't know. I don't know. It was just so unusual to see something like that. I see dead people, but that freaked me out.
And again, like I was picturing too, like I always thought leprechauns were 3 to 4 feet, not like small enough to fit.
They vary, right?
Yeah.
They vary, right?
And I would have to imagine the smaller they are, the grumpier they are.
Yeah, but the bigger they are, those are the ones that are meaner with the animals.
True. Well, because they got the size to be able to do it.
Exactly. They can ride a dog real easy when they're big.
Such
They
little
like to ride them.
Bullies.
Yeah.
Very
seriously.
bullies. Vicky wants to know, have you ever noticed if earthbounds can see themselves in the mirror? And can you see their reflection if they are near one?
I cannot see a reflection because I am seeing them in my mind's eye. And so no. And if they are in full body, truly, I don't know if they can see themselves or not. I would think not because they're energy. So I'm thinking probably not. And what is it? Vampires are the ones that can't see themselves in a mirror, right?
Yeah, but then it's funny. I was reading this article. I forget rabbit holes. They were saying back in the day when that myth came out or lore, it was because mirrors were lined in silver. Well, they're not lined in silver anymore, just the silver color. So they're like, technically, they should be able to see themselves because it's no longer silver. And I'm like, oh, well, that's interesting. Never would have.
And I didn't know that's why they couldn't see themselves because of the silver lining.
Yeah. Now, how true that is, I don't know. But I'm like, well, it was kind of an interesting point. But didn't like keep going too far down. I was just like, oh, okay. Note to self.
Yeah. Another one to put that, I have to check that out someday list.
When, some 2, 3 o'clock in the morning when can't sleep. Well, let's go down that rabbit hole now.
Right. See what's going on. Right.
Let's see. Tanya says, I tried staging like you said, but my areas in the house are too large to get to as smoky as the bar. Would the priest blessing do it without saging?
A minister, an ordained priest or minister coming in and doing their thing will last for about 3.5 or 4 weeks. That's all. And you are never, never, never going to get any minister to come out once a month. You'll be lucky if you can get them to come out once because they're so busy now. But with the saging, keep in mind a hair dryer, a fan, people that have those really high ceilings, that's sort of how they get the smoke up there, with the fan blowing it up that way. So it's hard, but you have to get creative if that's the way you want to go.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Denise says, I tried sharing you to my cause. She has a new Facebook and I couldn't remember. So we are presently on Instagram right now as well for Goddess Elite. We are also on YouTube, Marianne Winkowski and Goddess Elite. So we're live on all of those platforms, as well as Twitch. So 3 other places to find us that aren't Facebook.
Well, you should probably tell them the Hong Kong thing you just told me. That's
yeah. So what we've only been on Apple Podcasts now, maybe a month, and we are number
most. Yeah,
we're number 60. So we're in the top 100 in Hong Kong for the podcast.
Not the United States, but Hong Kong.
Yeah, hey, I'll take it.
Like, really?
So thank you, everybody. Thank you to all of our friends in Hong Kong who.
That's right.
And hopefully they can join us on a live at some point and let us know what they think of the podcast.
Yeah, we have Japan on here, so we may as well get China on here too.
Right. So City might be our hype person. I think probably has something to do with her. Are you listening over on repeat, or are you telling friends and family to? I'm okay with all of it.
It's fine, not a problem.
Amy asks, do earthbound spirits walk around with the general population, or do they stay stationary?
Yeah, they pretty much go. I mean, they walk around malls, they sit in empty seats in theaters, or will stand around in a stadium and watch a ball game. And yep. Or if you're sitting in your living room watching TV, they're probably sitting in the other recliner. Not a problem, but they're going to be wherever you are. And when somebody says, "Oh, they're in my son's bedroom or they're down in the basement," maybe that's where you feel them the most. But believe me, they don't stay in one room. They go anywhere they want.
They're not landlocked like a lot of the TV shows will have you.
Only the ones that come out of a portal are landlocked. Those are the only ones.
Yay. Yeah, even Brooke. Yeah. She's like, I'm doing both. Well, thank you.
Good.
And thank you. Yeah, it's fun. It was kind of exciting. When I got that email, I'm like, so I had to go pull it up. I'm like, well, I'll be damned. Yeah, we are, at least for right now.
Well, those are live breathing people, so that's a good thing. It's fine with me.
We don't have ghosts pulling up a podcast when everybody's sleeping at night.
That's right.
Although, Marianne, if you haven't started watching Ghosts, I was catching up on some the last few days, and it's hilarious. You really should watch it. The lawyer, I was getting to the episode where he created a dating profile because he missed the attention pretty much. And that reminds me that City asked the question if earthbounds interfere with dating life.
Oh, absolutely. If, say, you have a male ghost attached to you and he doesn't want you to go out with anybody else, your dates will be fine for about 2.5 or 3 weeks, and then they just go right down the toilet. They want you for themselves, and they are going to make life miserable for whoever you date. Now, and sometimes you can sort of tell, because if you're dating somebody and you're bringing him to your house, and all of a sudden, whoever the guy is going after an hour, I got a headache, I'm going home, or I'm tired, I'm done for the night. But if you have if you go to his house and your ghost didn't come with you, then you have a really good evening. So it just depends. But yeah, they can absolutely mess up your love life. Absolutely.
Can earthbound spirits be protective?
For the wrong way. And again, back to, he's protecting her. She doesn't need protection. She wants to date somebody. So no, it's more of the ones that crossed over that keep their eye on you. It is not the earthbound ones.
Let's see. Yeah, and Liz says the UK version's better. I'll have to go check that one out. I've got the Paramount Plus because of my Walmart, subscription. So I'm like, oh, let me use this a little more often because I've been doing Discovery. And I'm like, well, let me catch up on this, and forgot how much I liked it. So Marian, I think you would enjoy it.
I just believe me, my girls would fill out and have it notarized. Mom does not have a sense of humor.
Well, if you liked Resident Alien,
I do. That I like. But that's one, but he's not a ghost. He's an alien. Big difference. I don't know
yeah,
how aliens act. I know how ghosts act. They
yeah,
don't they don't go on dating sites, believe me.
yeah. No, well, and it was just this one, and then you find out like the hippie girl, like she robbed a bank and she was alive, and but they
But I can
do
find
bring,
that out in real life. I don't have to see
yeah.
there.
Well, it's just funny because they've got like spirits from like all different walks of life and ages, time periods, and how they all interact. And
I have to tell you, when I see the commercial on TV, I sort of look at that and go, wow, I wish I could see them all dressed up in their time period like that because
yeah,
I don't. But then it's like, yeah, maybe. And it's like, ugh, no. Then I come in the office and I see the stack of yellow notebook papers with all the phone calls that have to be made back. And I'm thinking, no, get on the phone, Mayor. You don't need the TV.
now Brooke over on Twitch is like, Marianne knows nothing about aliens.
Yeah, nothing.
The T.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Didn't have one in your house for a little while either, did you?
Mm-mm. Just for about 18 months, that long.
She's still sipping.
Yeah, right.
In her color change mug, even.
Right.
um, yeah, everybody. There's a lot of our fans who watch it, and they like both of them. Amy says, "I wonder if tyrants like Henry VIII or Hitler, if they stayed earthbound. Have you ever ran into like a notorious evil type of personality from a portal or somewhere?"
I have run across people that were murderers and rapists and child pedophiles, but nobody famous. I don't think I've run across like Al Capone or Jeffrey Dahmer or Manson. I've never Hitler. I've never run across anybody like that.
Hmm. Is
At
Elvis
least that
really
I
dead?
know of.
Is Elvis really dead?
You know what? Yeah, I'm going to say he probably really is dead. I don't care what the National Enquirer says that he's, what is he, a mechanic in Michigan somewhere?
Oh, that's probably one of a million
Yeah, right.
stories he is. Sandy wants to know if Earthbounds that died in the early 1900s more surprised that you can see them compared to the more recently dead.
Yeah, they are. And that's because, well, the early 1900s, there was nothing like we have now. So they're shocked with everything. A lot of them still won't even go into a car, and they will hide if they see an airplane go overhead. I mean, it would be like a caveman watching a plane fly overhead. It's the same principle, I think.
Here's like, come on, give it a chance. Um, and Jackie's like, I love the hippie girl and the nightclub singer. Um, ooh, Amy's got a color changing coffee mug too.
Do you know that when I first started, there was a black I ordered from, I don't know, someplace where you buy keychains and that kind of stuff and pens with your name on them. I don't know what that's called. And so Ted ordered a bunch of these coffee cups, and they were black, totally black.
Mhm.
And when you put hot liquid in it, my face appeared on it.
Really?
I got to tell you, you have no idea how many of these cups over the years have it showed up in white elephant sales because nobody wants them.
Well,
Bad buy.
no, we just need to relaunch that.
No, never.
See, Rebecca wants one.
No. I doubt. I
Brooke would want one. Jackie wants one. Melanie wants
no, my
one.
gosh, no. No, they're really. This guy really talked me into those too. I can't believe it. I can usually not get talked into stuff, but he really did talk me into that.
I'm selling ice to Eskimos, man.
Yeah, right.
Let's see. Um, apparently, poodle
Yeah,
pants.
there you go, poodle pants. They were creepy. Thank you.
I would like to see for myself if they were really that creepy.
Somebody told me they found one on what's the auction site on a screen on a computer you can go to. Uh,
eBay?
what is it?
eBay?
eBay. She found one on eBay. It's like, really? She said it had a little chip in it, but that's okay. I bought it anyway. I'm thinking, oh my God.
Okay, who's pulling up eBay on a tab right now? You know somebody is. Somebody is. Yep, eBay. Like we call that charismatic. Let's see. Marianne Mug for the win, says Duke. Duke wants
No.
one. He wants one. Renee wants one.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Says I don't have a landline phone. Can you get rid of my ghost by cell phone? Marianne,
Well, number one, it's not required that it be a landline anymore because hardly anybody has landlines. But the big thing is, I could tell from a cell phone too, but you're never at home with your cell phone. So there's the problem. So when you call and leave a message on a cell phone, tell me when you are at home with your cell phone so I can call you back. I can't get rid of them on a phone call. I can tell you where they are, what they look like, what room they're in, uh, and different things to tell you to try to do, like I do on Zoom a couple times a month. But I can't get rid of them on the phone. That I cannot do.
We're still on the mugs
Oh,
over here in
geez.
chat. Brooke is looking. Amy's gonna go look. um,
The cups themselves were really pretty. They were just shiny black cups. The cups, I mean, until you got them hot.
and got Marianne's mug.
One color.
I mean, how can we go wrong, Marianne? This is fantastic.
Mm.
Poodle Pants thinks she might still have one.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Oh, okay. We got to get that to you, and you got
Oh my God.
to be out of it next week.
I doubt if who you live with would want that in the house.
Amy says there's no mugs right now on eBay.
Oh, gee, too bad.
You seem so tore up about it. It's going to be okay, Marianne. It'll be okay. We'll find one somewhere for you. Lori's like, the more we learn, I feel like we need the reading, like the more you know, Rainbow.
Yeah, no. You know, there's a lot of years to go through. You be careful. You just never know.
This is why we started the podcast, guys.
Just
So many
never
more
know.
stories. Did it have a specific name?
No, it did not.
I'm sure it is. You're not going to tell us.
I could tell you the names it had, but they wouldn't be printable. So
We're going to need Poodle Pants to tell us what the names of those mugs were. Because she still has one.
I can't believe she would even have one.
Blackmail evidence for later.
Yeah, there you go. I could believe that.
She's like, so sad I don't have mine anymore.
Oh, gee, too bad.
Goth wants to know if you've ever tried to open a portal remotely.
No, never. You know, in all honesty, when I create the white light, that is a white tunnel for people to walk into. And an opening is called a portal, whether it's dark or light. So I guess I am creating a portal in a way. Oh my God, what? Oh no, the other one has it. I can't believe it.
Anyway, continue your story.
Oh my God. Either getting even with me.
I mean, ask and you shall receive. Let's see. Yay. No mugs right now online. We're gonna find these. We're gonna find these. Brooke is requesting though, not just Brooke. I'm sure all of us are requesting pictures, please. or record a little mini video with your phone and email it to me, and I will put it up online.
Oh yeah,
I will show
pour
it on my
hot
phone.
water into it so the picture comes up
Yes.
slowly. Do it that
Yes.
way. Yeah, right.
Yes. Yes.
30 seconds of really dead air, let me tell you.
No. So like how I did with the picture, what was it, last week or the week before? I just minimize us and we put the video up. It's all good. I will
You
make
can
this
do
work.
that.
Yes. Oh, yeah. See, time lapse.
Time lapse. There you go.
Then I can get it to go in even slower motion. I've got the whole Adobe suite. I can do things. I will figure this out. Let's see. Oh yes, finish your portal story.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I guess you could call the white light a portal also, but I have never ever created. I've never even tried, and I don't know if I could create a dark portal. I wouldn't even want to.
Let's see. Vicky's like, we could all get one and form a group. Just call it the Muggies. Yeah, where's Debbie? Debbie Dross funny. I'm sure she has connections on how to get these cups made. Marianne, I have your promo picture. I can make these.
Well, that's the picture that's already on the mug.
Well, okay, so
it's not even an odd picture. That's just the plain old picture.
Yeah, we just might have to make these mugs.
No, I don't think so.
Do it. Let's see. Yeah, no, so no, the crossing over doesn't happen over the phone call.
No. I could, if you were on a Zoom and you were asking questions out loud and the ghost was right in the same room, I could see the ghost shake their head yes or no or shrug the shoulders, but to hear them talk, I cannot do that.
What if a mug showed up on the Antique Roadshow?
Don't laugh. It's coming to Akron. I was just trying to get tickets for that.
Well, you chuckle too.
Yeah, not to be honest, but I mean, I have stuff I would like to take to it, but I would love to go to the Antiques Roadshow.
Well, there you go.
Nobody would have that there. Never. I'm not an antique yet.
Here in like 30, 40 years, and we're like, what's with this ghost? Why is this lady's mug on the mug? The mug on the mug. Char says, I thought I hit a fawn in the fall, got out of the car, but didn't see it anywhere. Could it be because I had the headlights on the fawn, went into the light? Can't get the fawn's face out of my mind.
Well, no, because your headlights were making a bright white light. That is not the white light that is open. And you would be surprised when you hit an animal on the road like that. A lot of times they bounce a whole lot better than you think they do. A lot of times they're just stunned, and by the time you put the car in park and you turn it off and you get out, they've already taken off. So that doesn't necessarily mean that, you actually, somebody that it actually died.
So there are requests for the mugs and ghost t-shirts. Now, Marianne, you had a ghost t-shirt for a while.
I still have some that smaller sizes, kid sizes, but yeah, that was that didn't go so good either.
Along with the scooping out Jesus postcards.
Yeah, here we go.
I think we're gonna.
I was waiting for that or the puke, one or the other.
The new merch line.
Oh, I have to tell you, we stopped at a restaurant, the rocking chair place, Cracker Barrel, and we were sitting there. We had put our order in, and there was a table up in the corner that had like 4 or 5 adults and 2 children, a toddler, and then one in a high chair. And not paying any attention. So our food comes and we're eating, and all of a sudden, all those people leave. The baby had started crying, and all those people left. And the one waitress came out, and she had like a bag about this big with instructions on it, like a plastic bag. And so she's leaning over trying to read this. And I'm thinking, okay, wonder what's going on there. And another guy, wait staff, came over and took off like the big dishes and the cups and the silverware. So now this girl comes back with that bag, and she's got it open now. So she must have went back to the kitchen to open it. She's taking this bag and she's sprinkling this bag all over the top of the table. Then I see her pull out the high chair and the one chair and take the rest of it and throw all this powder on the floor. And I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, you gotta be kidding me. It's not pink anymore. And I waited for our waitress to come back over, and I said, what are they doing over there? Why are they throwing all that stuff all over the table? She goes, oh, the little girl puked all over. And they put that in it to soak it up. So it's identically the same thing that was in, with Jesus. And only it's not pink anymore. I don't think they even made that anymore.
No, but that's interesting.
No, it's not, but I thought it was funny. So
no, because Sandy and I, we ate at Crackle Barrel on our way back, like literally on the day, going back to the airport in the plane, me contemplating, am I really going to get on that plane? And right next to us was a table full, and it had a bunch of little kids, so I was just sitting there thinking, I'm like, I wonder if it's standard all of them now in the restaurants that they have the packets of.
Well, that's it. And they didn't. I mean, they came out with rubber gloves then and a little broom to sweep it all up, and it did. It sucked it all up so they could put it in a pile, and But it's identically the same thing. Like I said, I had never, ever, ever seen that used anywhere though, except church.
Church and schools, right?
Right. Never anywhere else.
Now everybody wants to know, like, just how many ghosts might show up at this Antique Roadshow?
Oh, I would bet a lot. I do not wear a seed. But I got to tell you, if I ever go into a casino, which is, believe me, once every 5 years, and I sit real close to the door, I don't go in very far, but definitely you could just see. I'm sure there are all kinds of stuff attached. I can't see them on TV though, but I'm sure they're there.
Westy says, for full disclosure, it's just a blue mug. I ran it through the dishwasher, so the picture is gone, but I have fond memories.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Westy.
Brooke's like, swallowing Jesus does not sip the tea.
No, it does not.
Do you ever plan on going to Northern California?
Well, I have a daughter that lives up there, so it's at some point I'm sure we'll be going out that way.
Well, yeah, true. I'm sure Disney World has that as well. Yeah. Diane wants to know, can I bring my quince seeds to my new home after it's blessed?
You can take the quince seeds with you to your new house from your old home, but you better call to make sure that there is no ghost there before you put them up so you don't trap somebody.
Right.
That's the only thing.
Let's see. Make sure I'm not missing any other questions. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to Marianne, we kind of went over it, but for new friends coming in, you will be at Goddess Elite in April on the 15th.
Correct. From 1 to 4.
You'll have like your quince seed jewelry, your dream pillows, your soap,
Everything will be there. Yeah.
Let's see. And so there are Zoom available in April. And this is where if you think you might have a spirit or negative energy that you need confirmed, this is how you find out. Mary Ann can't tell you this way over, our lives here right now. You can see us, she can't see you to be able to answer those questions. Sometimes we get those questions in chat and she just can't answer that for you. So Zoom is the way to do it. Everybody gets to ask 2 questions. We ask everybody to be mindful of the other participants who pay to be there, and be mindful of the time that you're spending with Mary Ann. Other people are waiting. Questions about what happened in childhood doesn't really pertain to what's going on currently. And you need to be in the building your question is about. So don't be at work on lunch break if you're wondering if your house has, the ghosts. Don't be at your mom's house if it's your sister's house that your concern is about. You have to be in the building that your concern is about. No one under the age of 18 needs to be hanging around in the camera shot listening. We are not spilling other people's tea and possible scary stories for little ones to get scared about. Keep them occupied in another room. I feel like I'm missing a rule. 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the time that we start. If you are out of that time zone, we would like you to still join us, but please make sure you adjust accordingly so you can participate. Even if you're coming in a little bit early, sometimes I'll get a message and say, hey, I'm running late. That's fine. I know you're coming. We'll still let you in. But if you're 2 hours behind and you forgot to adjust and you're trying to come in at 9:30 and we're done. Like, we started on time. You didn't adjust. We're done. Other rules that I might be missing? I don't think so. I think that's all.
Are there any spaces left on the 14th of April?
You know what? Let me open my other tab. Instagram gets to watch my other tab. April 14th is full, so we are looking at April 24th. There are 13 spaces open as of this moment.
Oh, geez. Okay.
So 13 spaces. Yeah, 13 spaces for the 24th right now. Everything in March is full. The first one in April is full. Please do not email me, call me, wanting to know why my system's broke, because it won't let you in. It's not broke. It's full. That's just, it works really, really well. That being said, please make sure you type in your email correctly when you register, because it will automatically send you a confirmation like, hey, you paid for this event, and because it is Zoom, here is your Zoom link. If you mistype that, it's going to bounce back. And I don't know what your correct email should be. I have to kind of wait for you to be like, oh, I need that fixed. And don't delete your confirmation email. That's how you get in. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Brooke wants to know how do fairy folk act when they know you can see them.
They ignore me. They just do their thing. They just flit around, or like the ones that were sitting on that light fixture in the dining room. They just sit up there and like they whisper to one another and buzz around. It's like they don't interact at all. Only when they want to.
We're humans. What do they care?
Pretty much.
Amy wants to know if you can feel a ghost hug or kiss.
Yes, you can. People can really tell on ones that have crossed over. They're really good with the pat on the cheek, or combing of the, patting the head or something like that, fixing the covers around your neck and your bed. They're very good at doing that. But yeah, they can. Well, and just like earthbound spirits, if it's a pervert and they're laying on top of you, you can feel the weight on you too. So you can feel, or if one is in the shower with you scratching your back, you can feel that. So
unless you have your Quincy on, and then they can't get that close to you.
They can't get close to you. That's right.
Let's see. And I kind of wondered. So, Catherine, then follow-up questions like, do they know you can see them? And then I wonder, because they're not earthbound, they're not being crossed over, going back to a portal. I wonder if they kind of hop back in their dimension. Like, there's this weird lady that can see us. Is she-
And that was it. But the interesting thing is when I saw those little fairies, and they were no bigger than this. I mean, they were little bitty things. And their wings were just going so fast. And they were interacting with each other. I never said anything. I wonder what it would have would it have made a difference if I had looked up and went, "Oh my God," or something like that, or "Hey, how you guys doing?" But I was so surprised. It's like, and that was why with the Catching the Leprechaun story was so important to me, because that's how I found out what that high noise was that I related to Faye. So I learned something. I guess I was supposed to learn that day.
That was the whole point of that fun little experiment.
Maybe. Who knows?
Renee asks, are bright lights flickering and moving through the room earthbounds or loved ones from the other side?
That's usually loved ones. Those are usually ones that have crossed over.
And Catherine would like to know, where do you post your schedule?
Usually on my website, or my newsletter is free that goes out once a month. You can sign up for the newsletter, and everything that's coming up is on the newsletter. And the newsletter comes out right a couple of days before the new moon. So that should be coming out this weekend.
And for anybody late joining in, the new moon is when next week?
It is next Tuesday, the 21st of March, which is funny, which is 3-2-1. And the time is 1-2-3 p.m.
So yeah, stay up to midnight. No,
this is the afternoon. This is an easy one. This is an easy one. Anytime after midnight on the 21st, before 11:59 p.m. Get it in on that day. You're better off. I mean, try to do it by 1:23. That's the best. You're going to get the most back if you do it before it peaks. But if you forget, at least do it.
Yeah, it's better than not at all. Let's see. Have you ever witnessed a cryptid?
I don't even know what that is.
Going to be some of those. I don't know if Bigfoot qualifies as a cryptid. He might, but those type of beings.
No. A troll I've seen, but I've never seen Bigfoot or Yeti or anything like that.
And Mary Ann says, can I wear the St. Joseph charm on the same chain as the quince seed?
Of course, not a problem.
Now, Marianne, have you ever noticed, like, because you've traveled some because of the show and helping people, like certain states have seemed to have more fairy activity or ghost activity or UFO activity compared to other?
I will tell you where I see and pick up most of the alien stuff is Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, wide open spaces where you can drive for an hour and not even see another car. That is where I get most of the confirmation of aliens, in those areas.
Gotcha. Because I know, like in the traveling that I've done, it's like the closer I get back to like the Cleveland area, the heavier it feels, the more just. So then I wondered,
any of your big cities are going to have, any of your major cities are going to have ghosts because of the people, earthbound spirits. You're going to have, that's where the energy is at. And then there's some that play it up. Look at Louisiana, New Orleans. Look how they play up their ghosts. So you're going to have more there because people are looking for them there.
I was going to say Falk, Arkansas has like their swamp man / Bigfoot creature, and they've got the big statue.
So does New Jersey have the New Jersey Devil, I think, in the woods. You
Yeah.
know, you never want to go off the side of the road and if you need to go a potty break off the side of the road, because they say you'll never come back. The devil will get you.
I've never been worried about having to stop unless when we stopped in Arizona, the first time, like I drove, and all along, like walking up into the building were all these signs like, do not step off the pavement, rattlesnakes.
Snakes. Yeah,
I suddenly don't have to pee that bad anymore.
That's right. That's right.
Let's go to the city. Owen Brooks, like, Florida has the skunk ape.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, well, thank you for listening, Duke. Thank you. And again, guys, if you're enjoying the podcast, please tell friends, tell family, tell other people to listen. I still think it's kind of cool that we're number 60 out of 100 in Hong Kong. Yay, city. We weren't even really...
Were we even trying for that? There you go.
Yeah. At this point, it's just trying to get anybody and everybody.
Listen, right?
Yeah. And I'm like, holy cow, we broke the top 100 in Hong Kong. It's just fun little things. Amy asks, can you develop this ability to see spirits? I wonder if it's related to the chakras.
No, it's not related to the chakras, and I think everybody has some ability in one of the woo-woos. And I think it's just how much you develop it. Don't look for it until you'll get serious about it starting in your 40s. And that's when you seem to get more information the older you get from 40 on. Once you're a kid, you see them and then you stop seeing them. And then it sort of hits again around 40, 45.
Okay. Strawberry says, hello, Marianne. So at a deceased person's funeral, they stand by their feet, but when does the light disappear?
The light stays with them for about 48 to 72 hours after the final memorial service. So they could still go to the cemetery and have the prayer service and not go into the light. Their 48 to 72 hours would start at that point. The closer it would get to the 48 or the 72, depending on when it's going to close, it gets smaller and smaller, and you realize it is going to close. So if you want to go, you better go.
Let's see. And thank you. Where did it go? Brooke. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell, follow on Twitch. That way you get all the notifications when we're live and doing things. And Twitch is where we will start recording some of the podcast episodes. So Miriam, we need to finish like what scheduled days and times that we want to record that. So if you're on Twitch, you'll get to watch that live and see all the side commentary and goofing off that usually happens, and help us pick names for some of these. So we're going to get that squared away. Because, Twitch is fun, and those videos disappear after a set time. So if you watch it within so long, you won't get to see them.
And we'll do pictures next week.
Yes. So pictures of my old little town that my house is in that people caught out there. Chris Burke has submitted some pictures of the House of Wills, and I'll have to scroll back through my thousands of pictures and find the couple that I have of the House of Wills where the one gentleman was being mimicked. And I can't remember if I've ever really shown that one to you, but see with that one.
No, I don't think so.
So we'll do some pictures next week. Brooke's like, naming podcasts is super fun.
I'm glad you have a good imagination.
Hey, Lisa, she's just popping in from sitting with me. She's got a brand new little grandbaby.
Oh, nice.
She's a local friend.
I'm in Ted's office today because the computer that's in that office is goofy.
Yeah, so we finally figured out what was causing all of that. Marianne had to switch computers and rooms, and
well, that computer still isn't working, like I said. So, okay. But I just noticed it now, the alien on the wall behind me.
How appropriate. And see, Vicky's like confirming. She's like, you're not freezing at all today. So
no, that's it. It has to be.
Yeah.
Computers just don't like me. Ted said, please don't touch mine so it starts blinking on and off. I said, I won't touch it. I'm sitting on my hands. I won't touch it.
We almost need to put like the plexiglass between you.
I know it. I know it. Like,
So
yeah.
we don't have to worry about the sound then.
Right.
Oh, Brooke's like, you touched that other computer, didn't you?
Probably. Yes, I probably did.
He was like, you did touch it, right?
I didn't do it on purpose, though, for sure.
It will never be the same. It's just
no. Ted said it's probably going to have to be scrapped. So.
Oh, I wonder though, Ted. See, because I don't know enough of the bed. Rune could even answer that one, but he's sleeping right now. If the hard drive could be pulled and be put like in like an external to where at least you don't lose any information off of it, or if the hard drive is even just kind of wiped. Was it too close to you for too many times and too long? Is that been the same?
I wonder if that didn't have something to do with it. Seriously. And it's really weird because the girl that does my hair has some kind of a computer that's like no bigger than this. And so she pulls it up and pulls up my name in the calendars to make the next appointments. And the last 2 times I was there, I was standing by her desk while she's doing it, and she could not get her computer. She says, back up a little. I backed up and it worked just fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I try not to. I don't know.
So was that one the same computer that's been used for like all the lives and all the Zooms up until now?
Yes.
So
that's why I'm wondering if that's what it's not. And Tara asked Ted, my daughter asked Ted, how old that computer is, and apparently, I think he said 4 or 5 years. So it's not like it's that old. Or maybe it is in computer age. I don't know. I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah, I think in laptop, Macs usually lasts longer than Windows when it comes to that time frame, but maybe just the age of it, and then you're using it, right, at least once a week, and then on Zoom weeks, it's twice a week. So.
And see, it's funny because when I'm sitting at my desk, I really push the chair way far back, so I'm really away from the thing. But I can't do this in here, so
yeah,
we'll figure it out. We'll keep doing this until I break his. I don't know.
Business expense. Cynthia says, I used to put tourmaline around wacky computers. She does some computer work and stuff, so I wonder. And last question for the day before we do our goodbyes, because it's already after 11. Lavian Rose says, what do you think of using spirit boxes for communication with spirits? Can you hear them immediately? And would you recommend using this box to help communicate?
I know nothing about that stuff. I use nothing like that. The same thing with those EVPs. I've heard somebody play one of them for me, and it just sounds like what they do now with records. They just put them backwards on a record player. I don't know. That would make me crazy if I just couldn't walk into a room and start talking to one. If I'd have to go through anything or schlep all that equipment around. I wouldn't even do it. No.
Yeah,
it's good enough I take my little case with me with my seeds in it. That's it, folks. Nothing else.
We need to get you the old-time doctor's case that has the seeds and your scissors and your tape and your.
Well, it's all in this little one. So yeah, that's what's in this. So Ted can put them up and everything with the right tape and everything. So
the only time I've really been around when a spirit box was being used for like more than just play with it for a few minutes and turn it off was the night that we were at the House of Wills. And I don't know how much credence validation I give them. All it seemed to do was want to cuss at everybody. And I'm just going, that's all it can do. And you mean to tell me in a place like this where it's not protected, anything could come and go, any and everyone that wants to, all they want to do is call people names? Like, really? That's all they can do? Like,
Nah,
who made it? Who made it? Who programmed it? But that was only the one time.
yeah.
You know, I don't know. I can't really. I just wasn't impressed with it. And I'm like, why are we sitting here listening to this? It's been 20 minutes of just random
No, see,
vulgarity.
that's just a waste of time in my space. You know, I walk into a house and start talking and, you know, get the information that I can get and get them out of there. So, but if I had to set up equipment and cameras and boxes, and I couldn't do that.
Mhm.
I could not do that.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining, everybody. If you haven't, you can go listen to the podcast episode about, you know, a leprechaun being caught in a metaphysical store, not mine. We might, well, I have to try that this weekend, see what happens. But it's called When Ghosts Speak, and it's on, I think, like pretty much every platform, major platform, Apple, Amazon, Spotify, all the things. It's free to listen to. We are live every Wednesday morning here at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So feel free to join us next week, ask questions, discuss the podcast, give suggestions. Sometimes it's the conversation we have here during the live that helps jog Mary Ann's memory for another episode.
Never know.
Right?
Never know.
Mary Ann, you got any last?
No, I think we're good. I think we're good till next week. Don't forget your law of abundance on Tuesday, but I think we're good. So
All right.
everybody have a good week. Have a safe but happy St. Patty's Day.
Yes. Stay safe, everybody.
Please.
Enjoy.
Bye-bye, everybody.